Address Katie as you see fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
You know what that sound means. Hopefully we only have this music for like 1 or 2 more episodes. We're in touch with another guy.
I don't know. I think it fucks.
It's funky. It is long. It's long.
Yeah.
But it's royalty free. And you gotta let the whole track play, that's what I say. And then we ready fade out 5. And fade out 5. And ready cue crowd. That's right, guys. We're back. And you can tell the crowd is jazzed up, dude, because we have a very exciting episode today as I'm joined by in-house producer Katie Fitzgibbons. And and of course, a very special guest. I don't even know what words to use to just. I don't have enough superlatives for you, my friend. The one and only. You know what? What I've been doing is I've been having people introduce themselves. So why don't you go ahead? And this is your camera right here. Actually, we've got 2 cameras today. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend?
Hey, everybody. I'm Lance Giuliano. I don't really know what else to say.
Lance Giuliano in the building. Very fun, man. Thanks for coming on the program.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So listen, a lot of people, when they get here, their first question is, what the gosh dang heck is this show about?
Yeah. I was getting there. I was going to let you do your shtick.
You'll see the thing about the opening shtick is that
it's all made up.
just fucking going for it, dude. But our time in Ann Arbor is quickly coming to a close.
That it is. We have some of us only have like a month left. I know Macy, they're booking it soon, but
Macy Goller, who is scheduled to appear on this show tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So a little tease.
Yeah,
of what to
thing,
come.
yeah.
But I don't know. I had plans to boogie out of here, but the writers' strike kind of put a pause on things. No disrespect to the writers. I love the writers.
We stand with WGA. Yes, we do.
I am pro strike, but it did keep this broke college student from making money. So that is
hard to get out there right now and find stuff.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna ride my lease out, and hopefully when that's done, my job is good to go.
Lined up, ready to go.
And then your boy can be a traveling, rambling, movie-making machine.
A wordsmith.
Yeah.
I love that. That's but I do want to talk about the strike a little bit more later. But basically, in terms of what this show is about, there's so many cool people around here that we've met that I just wanted to, get a record of them. So I want to start just by asking you. I want to go back to the beginning, Lance. I want to
Baby Lance.
I want to go to Baby Lance, dude. I want to fucking.
He was a menace. Let me tell you.
Really? Okay, that's okay. Well, so interestingly, the first 4 guests that we'll have on here will all be Michigan people.
Okay.
Which makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because we met a lot of out-of-state people, but when you meet them, and I'm sorry because Katie's an out-of-state person, so we're kind of we're not really talking to you here. But you can always tell when you meet a Michigan person in this world, don't you think? It's just kind of like
it's like the vibes, how they carry themselves.
Yeah, it's
especially
just a different
here,
energy.
You can really tell in wintertime.
Yeah, dude. If you're wearing shorts when it's 55, 60, you got a Michigan person on your hands.
Exactly. I remember when we had that week of like 70-degree weather in February, and then we kind of came back the Michigan Classic. I made a vow foolishly that I wasn't going to wear a winter coat again after that week. So
you were stubborn enough to stick with it.
Oh yeah, no. I am. If there's one thing I pride myself on, it's commitment to the bit. So I was I made this vow, so I would be like walking to class in a hoodie, like
just freezing your ass off.
Yeah. But
that's good. So okay, so we know you're in Michigan. So we're at in Michigan.
About an hour east of Ann Arbor. So right there. Technically Metro Detroit. It's called New Baltimore. Most people have never heard of it because it's a small fucking town that doesn't have a whole lot to do. I know you're not supposed to shit talk the place where you came from, but I'm not
do it a little bit.
Not a small town guy.
Interesting.
I grew up there, and it's just having moved to Ann Arbor and lived here for the past 4 years, and then going back to like visit family and friends and stuff. It's fucking boring.
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, like
there's nothing to do.
I just got back from a home visit Sunday night, 2 days ago. And
Mother's Day.
Yes.
See mom.
Saw mom. Spent the week leading up there, just hanging out. Because they want to see me before I ship off to wherever I'm going.
To the cursed, dirty land of liberals and fucking drugs.
No, my mom acts like I'm going off to war whenever we talk about it.
She's sending her baby to LA. That's basically a war zone.
She always goes, well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And it's like, I'm not like...
Yeah, no, it will be okay, Mom. Like, you don't
like
have to
you can
tell
visit
yourself
like we're
that.
in the same country still. Like you can visit me
Yeah.
without a passport and shit.
Do you
Like,
think she's going to come out to LA to see you?
I
It's
think
hard.
so. Well, the thing is she has a fear of flying too,
Yeah.
which makes it way harder because like my dad has put a big no on driving all the way to LA.
Yeah, we're not going to drive across the country.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe my dad will just come out and we'll just
Yeah.
fucking kick
Hang
it
out.
and
That's
be,
good.
be dudes. But
So you're in New Baltimore, which
Yeah.
so I've been watching a lot of The Wire lately. Shout out Oliver Thornton. I know he's watching. But he's been telling me to watch The Wire for like years, and I never got around. And then just like last week, I started, and I've just been going crazy.
well, was it because of our little get together and I talked about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because I've also been watching through The Wire in
Nice.
actual Baltimore.
Yes, I wanted to do any Baltimore accents get to New Baltimore, or is that just a fantasy in my head?
No, we sound like every fucking Midwesterner. We say sneak and ranch
Yeah.
and like all that.
Yeah.
Ope. It's fucking boring.
Whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, just a bunch of engineers and teachers pretending like they're blue collar work. It's such an interesting culture. I say culture very loosely in New Baltimore. But we all like acting like we're blue collar, like farmers, but like it's a bunch of engineers and teachers.
Right. It's not. It's
who
not
just
that.
commute to work at GM.
That is a weird. That's a definite like cast of mid Michigan, especially. Like I knew a lot of people that really like they wanted to have this like fantasy of being like a farmer or being like just this
like an
auto plant worker or something, and it's like dude, you work in like pharmaceutical sales. I don't know what to tell
and it's
you.
like I've worked blue collar in high school. All I did was like construction and shit like that, and it's like, I mean, it's a fun job, but
I don't know. It's a fantasy thing. It's a American dream thing. So we're a New Baltimore public school guy.
yes, well,
Interesting.
it's complicated. So I went to what was called a magnet school.
Okay.
So like all of the public schools in like a 30-40 minute radius all went to this one school. They did the baccalaureate program.
Nice.
But you'd take a test and then you'd go there. It was free, but like it was small, like 100 kids were there. So like there were some people from my school district there, but then also people from like Warren and L'Anse Creuse and all the other local districts. So it was a little bit of a melting pot, but really hard academically.
Really? And we're back. Yeah. Woo. All right. So what's the name of the school?
It was called the International Academy of Macomb, which is like
Nice.
the douchiest fucking name you could think of for a school. Like,
IAM.
That's what we called it because I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to be seen as like this huge stuck up nerd, so I'm just gonna be like IAM, baby.
Yeah, I'm an IAM boy. And big school? How big are we talking?
100 per class. So
Okay.
I knew
Okay.
nearly every
Yeah.
person who
Big enough to
walked through
not
that
feel
school.
tiny, but small enough
it
where you
felt
know
tiny.
you really
Let me,
felt
yeah,
tiny.
no, it felt tiny as fuck.
Okay, interesting.
Part of the reason why I also wanted to come to Michigan, because like everybody knew who I was, everybody knew my business, and I was like,
That sucks.
I don't like this. I
Yeah.
don't like this. And it's nice coming here and just being like another person in the crowd.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I went to a public school. Did you go to public school?
Yeah, I went to public school.
Wheaton North.
Wheaton North High School.
I also went to, and I think we had about 300, probably a
Okay.
little less in my graduating class, which to me was like, I really liked that size because I recognized everybody, but it wasn't like, you know, people were nosy, obviously, in a small town. Like the school was bigger than the town that I was in. But it wasn't like everybody knew my shit, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm a very to myself guy. I'm not like secretive. If I know you, I'm more than happy to talk about my shit.
Yeah.
But like if I don't want you to know my shit, I don't want you to know my
everybody
shit.
at school to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like I remember the first high school date I had lined up. Like
Nice.
it got lined up at, like right after lunch. And by the end of the day, like 2 hours later, everybody fucking knew about it. And they were asking me, like I was walking to my car and they're like, you got a date? It's like, how do you know?
Yeah. Word travels fast.
I know.
So you're at, this is like the advanced, IAM is it's the advanced track. So you're a smart guy, but you said you were a menace in school.
Oh, well, menace is referring to like
Before.
like the ages, I would say the ages of like 3 to 9. I was a terrible twos.
Naughty ass kid.
I was a fucking bastard child. Like
Describe menace behavior.
the word terrible or phrase terrible twos was like defined by me.
It was like a whole decade for you.
Like I had a horrible, it's very hard for people to see it because I'm at least I like to think I'm pretty like soft spoken, laid back, chill dude now. Mm-hmm. But back then I was like, I had a tantrum, horrible temper. Like I would fight my older brother all the time. Like one of my favorite stories is we had like the little like board books, like when you were a kid. Yeah. And we like fucking cracked each other in the face with them. Like I busted his nose and like.
And it's just you and your brother?
I have a younger brother, but there's a 6-year age gap. 6-year age gap.
So 3 of you.
Yeah.
Nice. And you're in the middle. Interesting. Do you attribute, how much stock do you put into like the stereotypes of because I consider myself very much youngest kid.
Yeah.
It's like, attention seeking, not paying enough attention to it, kind of acting out. Yeah. Whatever. Smartest, obviously.
That one's
funniest,
definitely true.
obviously.
Yeah. Coolest.
Yeah. Coolest. but like do you just chalk those like I was just a fucking naughty kid? Do you psychoanalyze that at all? Do you ever unpack that?
I don't know. Because it's like part of me wants to say it was a phase because like it
was a phase.
I don't have any of those tendencies and I haven't had them for like a decade at this point.
I'm just kidding.
But like
I think I just always think it's so funny to hear like especially when someone is just like a laid back guy. I was like, oh yeah, they're fucking like I couldn't handle them. Like
no. Yeah. There's the running joke in my family is I'm just like my mom's least favorite forever and always because like I put her through the ringer as a child.
Sure, yeah, I gave her some gray hairs there.
Yeah. Like after a day of taking care of me, my dad would come home from work and she'd be like, "He's yours," and that would be it.
Dude, that's awesome. I love a dad. I was just talking about this with my dad because he was like, I felt like I was such a better parent to you. Like which is always good to hear, or like when you feel like you're done needing parenting. Yeah, but he was like, once you became like a teen, like I felt so much more comfortable with you as a teenager, moving forward. But like when you were a fucking kid, he was like, I had no idea what to do. Like if your mom told me she was going out for like an hour and she was gone for an hour and a half, I literally was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was like, God damn. But it's funny, and I always thought in turn, did you act up at school or mostly at home?
By the time I got to school age, I knew well enough not to act up too badly because my parents put the fear of God on me. But I was a talker, so like nearly every day. I don't know if your schools did this. They did like a yellow card, red card system. So like, if you acted up
Premier League,
like the teacher would like point at you and be like,
pulls out a little book.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, come on, it's not that bad. And they're like,
that's awesome. No, so you got booked.
So they had like this big
they had a scoreboard.
It was like like a board with all of our names on it. And if you acted up a little bit, she'd make you like get up in front of the entire class and go over there and like put a yellow card in your name tag. So like it was intense shit for a kid. You'd be like, oh,
fucked
like,
up, dude.
Zachary's gonna see me going over here and putting my
I lost clout.
I'm such a bastard.
Yeah.
And if you acted up like really badly, you'd have to go over there and put the red card in, and then you were taken to trip to the principal's office.
That sucks.
So I was firmly yellow card territory. Once I got a yellow card, I was always like distraught. Day ruined. Day was done. Right. I would always just sit at my desk and be like, "Oh, what am I doing?"
Because if fucking mom and dad find out about this,
they would always find out, and like it would always not be through me. So that always made it worse. Like my older brother would snitch or something like that, and then they'd be like,
"If you had just come and told us,"
it would always be like, "So why are we just now finding out you got a yellow card?" And I'm like, Man, I forgot. Like, it's
I love it.
got a lot on my mind.
Slipped my
at
mind
5 years
so
old.
much, so I got so much to fucking do, dude.
I was thinking
Just
about
long
running
divisions
around, and,
adding
like,
up. Yeah.
I was thinking about digging in dirt when I got home, and like,
Yeah,
Did
dude.
you ever get a red card?
no, fuck no.
Nice.
The experiences I had getting a yellow card with my parents were enough to be like,
I'm not doing that.
like
shit.
as soon as I got a yellow card, like I said, like I like shut down for the day, where I was like just sitting there. I looked like a war veteran, like sitting in class, just like 1,000-yard stare, just
yeah.
like totally.
When's the shelling gonna come back? That's in it because also like you see the kids that get red cards, and you're kind of like, for me at least, because well, and I attribute a lot of it, especially in public school, to boredom. Because I was always on the fucking advanced academic track.
You're so smart.
I was really
Wow,
smart.
Hunter.
And,
How'd you do it?
And a lot of but I think so that meant that I just fucking talked a lot in class because, you know, you finish all your work in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then you're there all day. But the teachers, luckily, 85% of the high school teachers I had recognized that like I was benevolent.
Force
You know
for
what I
good,
mean?
Yeah.
Or I was at least gonna like, I don't know, like make them laugh. Like that sounds weird. That like, yeah, I was making them laugh.
You was
and it
doing
getting them
shticks.
through the day.
Yeah.
But I do think like it did alleviate something to be like, well, I don't have to worry about him, you know, completely distracting the class. And that was the case for a while because I'd always look at these kids like really getting in trouble, and I'd be like, oh, they're fucking crazy. And obviously there's a lot else going on. But I always knew that I was gonna get, hey Hunter, shut up. Yeah, I'm trying to do this fucking lesson plan. But I always felt like I knew where to step that I wouldn't get sent to the principal's office. But that did change in high school eventually. But that's a story for another.
Yeah.
Podcast.
No, that's pretty similar to my story. It was like I was on the gifted track and like did my shit. And I'd be sitting there and be like, who wants to play? Who wants to talk?
Dude,
and like
nothing to do.
just bored. And thankfully some teachers recognized that and they would like
give you some
give me extra shit to do, and I'd be like, woo,
Yeah,
like
or
a
like-
mission, and then I'd be
dude.
all excited about that, but didn't have that problem
Dude,
in high
the
school.
best teachers
but-
would be the ones that would be like, why don't you go run this over to like another teacher's class? So they would just get you out of the classroom.
Yeah.
I always loved those teachers the most that would just like, get the fuck out of the classroom, man. But that's, you said you curbed that in high school.
Well,
Good behavior.
because of the academia was so
Sure.
rigorous. Like,
Oh,
so to
right,
put it in
at
reference,
IAM.
when I got to Michigan, I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Because it was
Right.
like significantly easier than high school. Like even writing essays, I was like, this is all I have to do to get an A.
Yeah.
Because my high school, like I would come home from school. In the fall, I'd have tennis practice after school.
Nice.
But I would pretty much come home and just work until I went to bed.
Nice.
And then I would.
So
go.
you had like, you were a fucking adult.
Yes, I was
you were
like,
on
I
an
had like a
adult
job,
schedule.
like,
Yeah.
and that was it. Like that was it. That was my high school experience, which, to be honest, not a great way for a teenager to grow up.
Really?
No,
Mm.
I mean,
It was
I'd like
pretty, yeah.
Yeah, not much of a social life, to be
Yeah.
honest. And
You felt like you just didn't get to be a kid as much as you wanted to.
yeah, and it was also weird because like I kind of don't like school. Like
Yeah.
I like learning. I like educating
Sure, I
myself
like learning a
on
new
my
thing. Yeah.
on my own time. But the second somebody tells me I have to learn something, I'm always like, nah, I'm good.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah. And like I've always been more of a creatively minded person.
Nice.
So doing all of math and like all this
The
shit,
gen
it was like
eds, yeah.
it wasn't like I was bad at it. It was just like
It's
I
annoying.
don't
It's
want to do
tedious.
this.
Yeah,
And like
absolutely.
what's all this gonna do for me?
So was it working in high school? Was that your choice? Was that a family thing? Dad saying, "Go get a fucking job. I don't want you, hanging out with the goddamn losers on the block, drinking beers and smoking weed."
So during the school year, my parents recognized that school was way too much, and like we couldn't like mentally could not handle like an actual job on top of
Sure.
school and like extracurriculars. And
Especially
all that
at the
shit.
school you were going to, especially. Yeah.
But during the summer, it was pretty much like, we're not gonna pay for your shit.
Yeah, you're not just
You,
gonna laze around
like,
all day, motherfucker.
Yeah, do something. So I just kind of like found gigs.
Nice.
Somebody through my dad's work, she was like an elderly woman and she wanted somebody to do landscaping, and I was like, well shit, I'll come do landscaping under the table.
It's hard. That's
Actually,
hard work.
I pay taxes on all of my jobs, nothing under the table. Katie's taking notes, which concerns me.
I I'm gonna report you.
That's good. Lance pays taxes, and that's on the record.
Yeah, law-abiding citizen right here.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, and then from there, I found like construction gigs, and like my dad likes flipping houses on the side, so I was like,
So
well,
you got
shit,
some work there.
I'll get a piece of that. And...
Do you think it? Because like I understand because while you were out doing that, I was like literally in places that I shouldn't have been, doing things that I shouldn't have done. But I think there's pros and cons of both. Do you think that it gave you some resiliency, some like I just, looking on the outside of both of us, feel like you're better equipped to just like go out and handle just like a work environment, especially a gig economy.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, like having done all of that shit, so much of my life seems way fucking easy because of it. Like there are very, very few things that have come close to like that level of stress. Like I'll do this and I'm like,
shit,
really? Yeah. So it definitely has prepared me. It's given me a work ethic that's probably a little too good. Like I can kind of overextend myself, work a little hard,
unhealthily.
Yeah, because that's just like that was just like what the expectation was, and I was like, well, it's kind of I have to turn it off, but it's like in my brain where it's like, well, this is what I have to do.
Yeah, you're hardwired. Because you do hardwire yourself.
Yeah, especially because like those are formative years, And that was just like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be.
This is what it is, dude. We're working, dude.
So I've gotten
pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better at being able to like shut that off and be like, all right, I'm just gonna slack off today. And,
nice.
Like, because
you do have to.
Yeah.
That's so. And then you mentioned tennis practice. I gotta ask you, what were the sports? What were you?
Ooh, so I played football for a while.
Nice.
And I was pretty good at it. And part of the reason I stopped was because of academics.
Nice. Time commitment. What position did you play?
Slot receiver.
Nice, dude.
I know I don't look like much right
now.
No,
you got a bit of a slot receiver build, dude.
No, I used to be much bigger, to be honest. I was about 15 pounds heavier.
Lifting weights with the football team?
Yeah. Nice. And like I was pretty solid at football, not to pat myself on the back or anything. But I was a starter and like
fuck yeah.
I also played safety. I was much better at safety. Nice. And I was like captain of the defense and all that shit.
Fuck yeah. But, so when did you stop? Junior
sophomore year. And I was like, well shit, what do I do now? Because like football was kind of like my fall, and I love football to this day.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of friends on the tennis team, and our tennis team was like the fucking bad news bears. It was like you show up and you're on the team.
Yeah, nice.
So within 2 months of picking up a racket, I was like in the solid double rotation.
Yeah, right, nice.
And it was such a bizarre experience because I played for 3 years. Our first year we went undefeated. Our second year we went winless, and our third year we went undefeated again.
Weird.
Which is.
Who'd you lose? Who'd you lose and who'd you gain? What the fuck was going on there?
I don't know.
Coach was going through a divorce. Your second year, I guess, or something.
Well, my first year we had a lot of ringers because we had a bunch of seniors who were good at tennis, and then they left.
Right.
But in between the second and third year, like we didn't add anybody. It was just like
you just hadn't learned yet. You hadn't grown.
It was just.
Or you had to wait for the other fuckers at the other schools to leave.
So, but like I don't know what happened. We just stepped up, and I'm technically a 2-time Mac Blue champ.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got the medals and patches and shit.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Yeah, also played football until the old knees gave out.
Yeah, you could have gone pro if it wasn't for that.
I was getting looks, man.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't getting any looks. I was easily the slowest person on the team.
Yeah.
Like maybe me and one other guy who was like 70 pounds heavier than me. We were easily the two slowest guys on the team. I played D-line, and I
could see it.
I capped out at like 5'8", 215. I think that was like the biggest I ever got, which was fine on the freshman team. And then when I got up to JV, I was also good at like I had no business starting because the other guys that I was on the D line with went on to play college. One guy played D line at Grand Valley, another one played college rugby, and like we had athletes.
So
we had big dudes, and I just was like schmoozed the coach enough that he was like, Hunter, you can start, at the start of the year, and just got fucking
destroyed.
Anyways,
that happens.
That's what high school football is all about, though.
It's about learning who can actually get blown up by some dude who's like 300 pounds.
I also played football. Thanks for asking.
Oh yeah, what position?
Yeah, quarterback.
Quarterback. Oh, so you were just. Katie was a gunslinger. Yeah,
I was awesome at it.
What? That's nice. All right, so I want to circle back to high school just for a little bit longer. when did the movie making start?
Late high school. So I've had a weird track with film because growing up, my parents were very, very protective, overprotective of like what I saw, what I consumed, music, movies, anything but books, which is a weird line to draw.
Interesting.
That,
But
like, if you can read it,
I'm glad that they drew that line because that's a slippery slope, as we know.
well, yeah,
No, sorry,
yeah, they were like throwing books into a fire in my backyard.
Teach you goddamn porn in schools. Sorry, I didn't mean to say
No,
that.
you're good.
But yeah, interesting. They trusted you to get well read on the right literature, but they didn't trust the constant beam of whatever TV networks and movie studios were pushing
Like
out.
I grew up without cable.
Wow.
Which is
That shouldn't shock me, but whenever I do hear that, it does shock me.
yeah.
Just because I think of how many hours I spent watching TV.
That's what I would have been because I was like obsessed with movies and TV. So
Yeah.
like growing up, I grew up on the 1960s Batman show and the Monsters.
Wow.
Because that was on a channel. We had WADL, which is the Detroit classic
yeah.
station. And I was always a comic book reader. So I remember seeing a commercial for that on the TV and I was like, I have to watch that.
Gotta get my.
And my parents were like, what? That's so cheesy. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's camp.
I need it.
You're not showing me anything else.
need it.
Yeah, I gotta see that shit.
And they would always play the Batman series at 6 o'clock on Mondays.
That's
followed by
awesome,
Monsters.
man.
So every 6 o'clock on a Monday, I would be sitting there watching how Adam
Adam
West
West,
got out of his
fucking
pickle,
Burt
and I love
Ward
it.
or whatever, yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
But so
Man, because that show's not a primary influence on a lot of people these days. You
I
know?
love like
it is so sick. I love that.
and it is such a good representation of like what Batman comics were in like the 60s
in the
and
golden
70s.
age.
Like they
Yeah.
nailed it. They nailed it.
Yeah.
Which kind of bums me out that people think it's bad because I'm like, nah, they kind of.
Because like, what do you? Oh,
This is they were just doing a 1-to-1 here. Like,
Yeah, literally.
They got it.
and what a cast! Eartha Kitt, Cesar Romero.
She was an awakening of some kind.
Yeah,
In my little
yeah.
7-year-old brain, I was like,
for a lot
she's
of
doing
people.
something.
Yeah.
A lot of people much older than either of us.
A lot of people that are
She's
in
probably
their
like my
60s
grandpa's
now.
awakening.
Yeah, literally,
Like, it's-
literally, and your grandma's, from what I understand. Not about your grandma, about Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
But that's early, right? So you're getting influenced by. So okay, but this is interesting. So you only have basic network stuff that you're getting. So where's the bridge between? Yeah,
Here's the
fill me in.
kicker. So on the days where my parents both worked, they would have my grandma and grandpa come over and babysit us. And my grandpa, Daryl Callender, the king that he is, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But he would watch whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. He did not give a fuck.
That's the thing about grandpas,
so-
man. I fucking love it.
He would watch B-horror movies and westerns and war movies, and if I happened to be in the room,
You're watching
so
that too.
fucking be it.
Nice.
That's what we were watching. So
Nice.
I remember watching these and being like, oh, so movies cannot suck.
Yeah.
Like this is possible.
Yeah.
But naturally, like my parents wouldn't let me watch them any other time, so it just became me being the obnoxious kid who would ask everybody what their favorite movie was.
And just
It would be like the first question I asked them and be like, hey, who are you? What's your favorite movie?
and then you add it to the list.
I had a notebook that I
Nice.
would go upstairs and like I would run up to my room and be like if I saw a commercial for a movie I wanted to see, I was like, fuck, I can't watch that now, but
Yeah.
I'll watch that in 10
Put that on the
years. And I
list.
wrote it on the
Wow.
list. And when I got to high school, part of the academic program was we needed a laptop to do homework. So once I had the laptop, I was
The internet at your
I could
fingertips.
watch whatever I wanted.
Yes.
So I watched whatever I wanted. I watched, and that was my little me time every day. In between all the homework, I would watch a movie on my laptop, and that would be my.
And then
highlight
what's
of
the
day.
link? When is the switch flipped where you're like, I can fucking do this?
So I was always a writer and like doodler growing up.
Okay.
So I expressed a lot of my creativity in comic book form.
Nice.
As a child, there's probably 100 notebooks sitting around my house of just
Panels.
panels, and my go-to character was Thunderman.
Thunderman.
There's dozens of Thunderman stories out there, yeah.
Did he have what kind of superpowers did he have? He could control the thunder.
Get out of town. How do you know?
That's awesome. So we're writing Thunderman, but Thunderman never made a screen adaptation yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But so are you gathering your pals? Is it your younger brother? Who are you? When does it be? When do you pick up like an iPod Touch or a fucking camcorder and start shooting bullshit?
So my mom gave me her camcorder.
Nice.
And my older brother and I, there's a 2-year age difference, so we were pretty close in our younger years. And we were both Lego kids.
Nice.
So we made Lego
stop
movies.
motion Lego movie.
No, not stop motion. I was not.
The hands are in there.
You got it. There's
Love it.
little hands.
Love
we're doing
it.
voices. We were
Love
not
it.
mentally equipped to do stop motion.
There's no pre-production. That's fine.
So we ended up making a whole ton of those.
Nice.
And then I kind of just carried on with writing. I did a lot of narrative writing as well. And then I hit high school, and then the love of movies kind of took over.
Because you got this laptop. You're asking everybody.
And then I just kind of decided one day, because everybody in my high school knew that I was into movies, because I was like the guy who was talking about movies. I was like, guys, have you seen this movie? I fucking love this movie. Right. Sorry to anybody in high school who had to deal with that, because I know how, how terrible that can be.
It was, yeah.
But I had one friend in high school who I've kind of lost contact with, unfortunately, but her name was Maddie, and she was into photography, and we kind of just
there
made
we go.
the connection
you got a camera.
there.
I like to write.
We made shit together.
Nice.
We directed 2 or 3 things together.
And so at this point, let me. Is Michigan like top of your mind? Like, were you a Michigan fan as a kid? Were you a Michigan football fan and
Yes.
stuff?
So both of my parents went here. They actually
Okay.
met here.
Cool.
So I grew up on Michigan football.
Nice.
And naturally was.
So you're indoctrinated. That seems to be a common theme also of people that we've had on have been like, yeah, it was just like Michigan was just always around.
Yeah, and I didn't realize they had a film program until I think it was Mary Lou reached out, and she
when
said,
you're in high school.
Junior? I want to say junior, because it was right before I actually had to fill out applications and everything, and she knew I was interested in film. I forget how
your
she figured
counselor
that
did
out.
or Mary Lou did?
I forget how she found out.
Wow.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Mary Lou,
She
what the hell?
just went wandering through a forest one day.
One of these kids at your school likes film.
There's always one at every high school. Which one is it?
Where's your weirdo?
And she took me on the tour and showed
Nice.
me all the shit.
Wow.
And I was blown away because I didn't realize that they had
Thought
shit.
you could do this
And-
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And USC and UCLA didn't want me.
Right?
Which
Same,
they don't want most
same
people.
for me, yep. I wish
so
I had
it
played
just-
my cards more to get wined and dined like that though, because I went on the website and figured out that Michigan had a film program, but I was like, I'm going to USC because that's what fucking George Lucas and
Not
Steven
an
Spielberg
option.
and Will Ferrell did, so I have to go there.
Yeah.
And then obviously I didn't get in. I didn't get into UCLA or NYU or any of those schools. And then but I wish I had come back here and been like, why don't you guys give me a tour of the facilities?
It sounds like they did it to a lot of people.
I know,
Like
I've
Jesse
taught-
got it. I got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Dude, Hannah Dando got what the fuck? And on my application I was like, yeah, I'm gonna declare a film major first semester. Like I know what I want to do. So I think they were just like, yeah, we got him.
To be fair, I kind of just fail my way upwards and everything. Like this was
Love
this was not a planned endeavor. It just happened. It fell right into my lap.
Yeah.
And I was like,
See, but that's
shit, I guess we'll do it.
I think that's less of failing your way up than it is of like you're just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you did a lot of hard work at school. So Michigan is in essence your safety because you were with both parents there. Yeah. I mean, it sounds a little douchey to say, but you were pretty confident you were going to get in there, and USC and UCLA were more reaches. So you come here, and what dorm do you live in? I like to ask people that.
I was a Cousins kid. I was privileged as fuck because Cousins was nice and small and recently renovated.
Nice. You had AC?
Oh, yeah.
A roommate?
Yeah. So, funny story. I used to be a camp counselor at a writing camp in northern Michigan.
This was brought up in pre-production.
I stalked you a little bit.
Okay.
This is great, though. What part of northern Michigan? Are we talking Blue Lake?
No.
Interlochen?
So, it is Wolverine, Michigan, which is
shit.
by Indian River.
Yeah.
But were you American Chillers kids?
I read a few, and I read a few Michigan Chillers as well.
So it was run by that guy.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. So one of the other counselors that I found out was going to Michigan, and we kind of knew each other, kind of, sort of.
They weren't a film person though.
No, he's actually big into environment, ecosystem sort of stuff. But he wanted a room with me because he kind of knew me, and he was bringing a pet hedgehog. He was like, I can't have a rando
with this hedgehog
because they're gonna report me. So he figured this kid who I vaguely know,
yeah,
I'll reach out to him. But ended up being surprisingly great.
It worked out really well.
He's one of my best friends.
Nice, dude.
To this day.
Love when things work out.
Shout
like
out
that.
Henry Wallison, great guy.
Henry, what? Wallison.
Does he still have the hedgehog?
No, unfortunately not.
Got
But he
ate
does
by
have.
a coyote. It got captured by an evil doctor.
Yeah, Jim
stealing.
Carrey broke into his house one night. It was really weird. No, he has 3 cats and a dog though.
Oh,
Wow, he's running a goddamn
No, he's
shelter
yeah.
over there.
I love his animals dearly.
The Wallison animals.
Yeah, no. But we couldn't have lucked into a better situation because we had a room. We were on a floor of mostly singles and a couple doubles, but our double was close to the size of a triple with only 2 people. So
nice. That is the best scenario.
it was dream case scenario, AC, on the hill.
Good spot. It's a social spot.
Yeah.
And year one, do you, because you've gotten the tour from Mary Lou, are you pretty much sold on FTVM? You're like, and you took 150 freshman year.
Yeah. Come to think of it, I think we were in the same section of 150. I was thinking about this on the walk over, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Hunter was in that section.
Here's the problem with my freshman year of film school. I was kind of in my shell a little bit.
Oh, me too, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have the beard. I had hair.
Interesting.
I was like awkward little high school me still.
Because I had met Katie and Primac and Ben Servita and Jonah through Breach of Peace.
Yeah, what is that?
It was it was actually very fun for me. It was a short-lived sketch show through Wolf TV when I was a freshman, and it was just discombobulated, and it didn't run for very long, but it didn't help me. It was fun. It was a fun experience for me, and I met a lot of people. But I remember being in that huge 150 hall and being like, all these people are so talented, and I know they're cool, but like I don't know how to fucking talk to them.
That was me. There's a chance we sat next to each other and we were both just
look like on our computers. Fuck. Do you remember most people? I did make a mark in that 150 class for the virtual reality Citizen Kane unit.
Oh, we were definitely in the same section then.
Okay, yeah,
because I remember you were sitting like the row in front of me, and we had to sit by section, and you went up there.
Yeah, he said, "Do we have any volunteers to put on the VR headset and do the Citizen Kane exercise in front of everybody, and it'll be on the big screen?" And me being a raging narcissist and sensing my opportunity to make people laugh, I think I literally shot my hand in the air, and my GSI was like, "What? Chill out." And then, I walked up there and got to, active. And I had never put on a VR headset before. I remember thinking, this is cool. Yeah. And then just fucking around.
You were natural. No, I remember seeing that and thinking to myself, like, man, that guy's so funny.
Thanks,
fuck, how am I going to compete with that?
It was scary at first.
Because that's a big auditorium. And it was, 150
so
was
people
fucking
in there.
packed.
And also, one of the people I met was Demetrius Fields, who I'm a big fan of.
He's so funny.
He is so funny, and he was like, and I was like trying to get on to do open mics to start. I hadn't done stand up yet, but I really want to do stand up. And Demetrius was like getting paid, like he was getting paid gigs in Detroit to do stand up. And I remember being like, hey Demetrius, and he was like, well, what's up, Hunter? And I'd be like, man, you're so funny, bro. Like, do you do stand up? He was like, yeah, I just did a gig, like I just had a gig like last night. And I was like, wow, do you get paid for that? And he was like, yeah. And then he just like looked away, and I remember being like, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Yeah, the best way for me to describe my first semester is that episode of SpongeBob where he meets Kevin the Pickle, and the entire time he's just like, hi, Kevin. That was me all of freshman year, just like.
I'm interested that you brought that up because I was not my parents let me watch almost anything, but the one thing they didn't let me watch was SpongeBob.
Oh, well, that was the one thing I could watch.
Yeah.
When we got cable, I was
Interesting.
SpongeBob and Looney
Interesting.
Tunes were... And I snuck in regular show.
Nice. Which is a good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I've gone back and rewatched it. I love all three of those still.
Nice.
Looney Tunes are amazing too.
Well, I know we'll get to Letterboxd in a little bit, and I know there's some Looney Tunes stuff
We'll
on
save
there.
that for later. But regular show, this is a funny little tangent I'll take us on before we can reroute.
Yeah,
but,
please.
The way I got away with watching that is we had a treadmill in my basement, and I would be like, hey, I'm going to go work out a little bit.
Gonna
And
go
it
on a
would-
jog.
Yeah, it would be like Monday's treadmill night,
Yeah,
Mom and
right.
Dad. But it was really regular show night. So I'd be down there and I'd have we had a TV in front of it. So I would just have regular show on and I'd be walking like fucking, I don't even know treadmills could go that slow until I started it off. And I
3
was
miles
like,
an hour.
Step.
Yeah, you might as well just stand at the front, just wait at
and then you just
back, take one step up. Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. But anyways, back
That's
to
hilarious. Yeah, so where were we? We were at
first semester. We're both
first semester.
awkward. We were in the same section of
in the same 150 class, which, you know, shit's not really happening film-wise yet. Did you get on sets as a freshman?
I was like fucking tripping over myself to get into film.
Nice. Which is the way to do it.
Yeah, so I did Imag my first semester here
Nice.
because I heard Imag was a thing that existed, and I was like, I want to get on set. And the only thing I knew how to do.
Wait, this is really cool, really quick, because I talked with Jesse at length about MAG because that's a big part of how we became friends. Who was the top brass at MAG, if you can remember at the time? Do you remember who was running the show or what producers at least that you worked with? It's fine if you don't.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I remember I worked on the short by David Dobrik.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Yeah.
David
Or no, not
Dobrik?
David Dobrik. Fuck.
I was like, what?
David, what's his last name? It starts with a D too. No, fucking
I was like, whoa, he was
I
here?
didn't even click for me. You were saying that, and I was like, "What's so weird about that?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's a different David D."
My mind is running a blank as well. we can plug it in and post. We'll fucking superimpose his name, or maybe we won't.
Yeah, we'll just leave it in and make me look.
But you get on a. We might cut that whole fucking
Yeah,
part.
we're gonna slow that bit
We
down.
might just fuck. Okay, so you're on set. You're on set. Do you remember the name of this project?
It was Every Little Thing.
Nice. And you're like, you just want to fucking get on set.
Yeah, and the only like I said, the only thing I knew how to do, hold a boom pole. So I was like, all right, I'll show up on your set and I'll point a microphone at something.
Everybody, we need those. MAG needs those bad.
Yeah, everybody needs sound.
Everybody
Nobody likes
sound
doing
guy.
sound,
Nobody
which
likes
is weird because it's like it's
kinda
easy
chill,
and
yeah.
it's chill and it's a good way to get experience. But I feel like
And it's a good way to I think, I'm always especially when I was producing stuff this last year, it was like if I just want to fucking chop it up with someone, I'm gonna go talk to the audio guy.
yeah, no, like my first people to go talk to, audio, second camera. So like audio's always the top of my list. That's actually how I met Kevin from Imag. I call him Kaboom because we had two Kevins on set, and I was like, "You're Boom, Kevin."
I love that. I love more. We're definitely gonna have to get Kevin. Have you met Rachel Altland?
I have not.
Yeah, so Kevin and Rachel were our little. Kevin, I produced Kevin's short last semester, and then love that guy. And we were looking for audio people, and I was like, Kevin, you do audio now. And Rachel had done audio on Danny and Me, the famed sketch. And I remember knowing that, and I knew Rachel and Kevin kind of got along, so I just said, Rachel, you do audio now. And they were like, we didn't plan on being audio people. And I think I said nobody really plans on being audio people, but you guys are good at it.
Yeah,
and I like talking to you on set when I get bored, so you're my audio people now.
That's kind of how it happens. They just stump a boom pole in your hands, and you're like point it at the people talking. Don't get it in the shot. Yeah, and that's it.
And if you fuck it up, we're gonna be really mad at you.
Even though most of the time you're not the problem, the one time you are the
never,
problem, you're gonna get fucking yelled at.
You're gonna get reamed into.
So I did that. Got on set, met a couple people, I guess.
Nobody clearly nobody notable to you, really.
No, nobody that I really connected with. Funny enough, Zora was on that.
Interesting.
And
as a PA?
As an actor.
Wow.
And
Kwasnick, the actor.
We talked, but obviously it didn't shape up into anything until
friendship until years later.
Deadbeat.
Nice.
But I did that one my first semester and kind of called it at that. And then my second semester, I was on Seth and Vern. They did one called The Ghouls in the Attic. And it was funny because it was scheduled to film the weekend after we got canceled for COVID. And I was still on campus, and they're like, all right, we're going to knock this out in a day if anybody's here. I said, all right, well.
I'll come there.
It's
Audio
not like I'm
again.
doing anything else.
Yeah.
So audio again.
Nice.
On set again.
That's nice to get 2 like good productions under your belt.
Yeah, yeah. And then I did 290 right before COVID hit too, so I got that under the belt.
You got to do it in person.
Yeah, that was.
You get to shoot film.
Yes.
Nice, man.
I was the director for that one, which was super exciting.
Nice.
But yeah, great time there. I kind of did it so all of my history and theory were during COVID year.
That's the way to do it, I think.
Because I was just like, I'm not going to take any production online. Like I want to do production.
I took 290 online, and I mean, I would have done it the same way just because of the timeline I was on, but it did fucking suck.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the first 2 years here.
That's cool. And then I don't want to talk about COVID too much, but like,
we can skip past those because
it
was.
wanted,
Here's COVID. I'll picture this: a dingy apartment, gray walls, me sitting alone in it, and repeat that for a year, and you've got it. That's COVID.
Yeah, that sounds pretty similar to what I was doing as well.
Yeah.
So we come out, and so this is. So let's see here, because I'm trying to figure out when. I guess we didn't really start crossing paths really significantly until this year.
Until 4/11.
Well, let's take a couple more steps before we get there. Because, as you know, I'm a big hooper.
Oh, I know.
And so you'd see me in there putting shots up in that gym. Back on your grind thing. You were posted up at the IM building for a little bit?
Yes, I still am.
Still am.
So
wow.
I've worked there 4 years now. Because it is such an easy on-campus job and it is so fucking easy, let me tell you. But I started my freshman year because my older brother, he went here and he was a ref and he said, hey, this job is easy, flexible, and you're definitely going to get promoted if you do it for a year.
Right.
And I was like, sweet.
Cool.
Sign me up. So my first semester here, I refed intramural soccer.
Wow.
Which there's a lot of stories there.
Really?
A lot of stories. People take intramurals very, very seriously. Well, there's a spectrum. You'll have people who very clearly have never played soccer a day in their life. They're just showing up to have fun for an hour with their friends.
Cardio or something, yeah.
And those people are perfectly fine. But you have like men's competitive leagues where you have like European exchange students who played soccer all their life.
Semi-pro, yeah. Right.
I've been challenged to fights. I've had people storm the field.
Over calls?
My favorite story is we were in playoffs for intramurals. And the rule in intramurals is if anybody gets a red card, the game ends right there. That team forfeits.
Really?
Just because we don't want to take any shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
This ain't elementary school no more.
Yeah, so I at the start of the game, I was like, hey guys, just so you know, if one of you gets a red card,
that's it.
Game's done. You forfeit. And one team was playing really aggressive, and we kept giving out yellow cards, and every yellow card, I was like, hey guys.
It's getting testy. Tone it down.
You're going to push me. And one guy double yellowed, which turned into a red, and I went,
that's
all
the
right,
game, guys.
That's it. And the entire sideline rushed the field at me. And they were, I'm a senior. You want this to be my last intramural soccer game? And it got so bad that my supervisor ran over and was like, guys, you got to respect the call.
And the game was over. Wow, did that feel kind of good?
It felt really good. Yes! Like, little freshman me just standing there, all these seniors running out, and I was like,
fuck you guys.
Yes, suck it, nerds.
Call's a call, you idiots. That's awesome.
So I did that for a year, and then after the year, I got promoted like my brother predicted. So that means I became a supervisor, which as a supervisor, what you do is you set up a folding table at the start of every shift, and you sit there. And that's the job.
Nice.
The refs do the entire thing. And I just kind of sat there.
Check M cards, right?
Check M cards.
The game.
Well, the thing is if you're supervising a sport with officials like soccer, flag football, volleyball, that's the ref's job. So you do nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing.
You gotta love chain of command. You gotta fucking love it.
Yeah, the only thing was I knew I had to get CPR certified. So in the event that anybody fucking died on an intramural court, I guess I was going over there and
guy to administer first aid.
Some 20-year-old college kid,
Lance.
Be like, I'm CPR certified. I can come over and take care of this. But that was it for supervisor, and COVID kind of killed us because we couldn't do ref sports anymore.
Dude, I remember the Flab 5 basketball team really, they had like the whole fucking world at their fingertips before it collapsed.
Yeah. But this year was the first year we could bring back
referees. That's exciting.
I kind of accidentally lead my way into being a coordinator, which is the next, like basically the highest you can get as a student employee at intramurals.
Does it come with a pay bump?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This is the best paying job I've ever had. And it is the let me tell you, it is the easiest fucking job I think I will ever have.
Yeah, I had a similar gig.
So it's nice and cushy. Don't do a whole lot. My boss now is somebody who was a coordinator my freshman year. Wow. Which is weird. So he's like, everybody thinks he's like late 20s, and I'm like, no, this is like,
yeah, he's 24.
We hung, like I went to parties with this guy. Like,
dude, he's an econ major 2 years ago. Yeah.
I was like, no, that's just Brian. So we just, it's been honestly a really cool working environment because I show up and he's there, and it's just two dudes who used to hang out. And yeah, that's intramurals.
Yeah, all right. So before we get to where our paths really cross, I want to bring up your letterbox really quick. Because
it's chaotic.
We were looking, but the interesting thing, and so we were trying to find anything on Lance that we could, because there is some element of gotcha journalism, some element.
Oh
of surprise.
No, bring it on! I want to defend my obscure movie
that's
opinions.
The thing, Lance, is we don't have much from you. Because you do a good job keeping it tight, keeping it clean. But
keep it clean.
We saw that letterbox linked in your Instagram bio. Which do you want to plug it? Your Instagram or your letterbox?
If I'm being honest, I don't know what it is.
That's fine. That's fine.
We know what it is.
Yeah, no. If you want to plug
we'll plug it later. And I noticed something interesting, which is that you only leave if you're gonna leave a star review for a film. You only have 5-star reviews on your Letterboxd account.
Yeah. So that. I used to do the whole like star review system, but I hit a point where I was just like, why am I doing this? I don't enjoy it because it was, I'm going to sound very pretentious here for a second, but I was like, why am I assigning, I'm just waiting for the sound you pull up. But I was like, why am I assigning a numerical value to something that's subjective? I don't like all of these reviews I was giving felt super arbitrary and just kind of like whatever. I didn't really care that much about them. So I hit a point where I was like, it's more important for me to say if I like a movie or if I don't like it. And the 5 stars are for movies that I really, really love.
Okay.
So that's
and
why
everything else has a heart. If
a
you
heart, and obviously they're not all on the same playing field. Like some I just kind of like, some I'm thinking, oh, this is really good. But all the 5 stars are the ones that I really want to shout out. Where I'm like, oh, this is a movie I would die for.
How often do you watch a movie that you hate?
Not terribly often. I usually do a pretty good job of
picking movies that I'm not going to hate this.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because I don't like hating movies.
And if you did end up stumbling across a movie that you just were like, I enjoyed no second of this, would it go on the Letterboxd?
Oh yeah. I would write a scathing fucking review. I've written some scathing reviews on there. Right now I'm doing this thing, which is I found it on Letterboxd, but it's called the Detox. But basically, I'm sure you guys saw this, but I was like, man, I've seen so many like classics and greats recently. I need to watch some dog shit.
It can be tiring.
Yeah, it's like I need to watch some dog shit and humble myself and remember that movies can fucking suck. Yeah. And I have watched some stinkers through that.
We saw that, and we also noted that you had some movies that we both considered good on there. Namely, Everybody's Hero. Yeah. The young Babe Ruth tale.
I haven't seen that in like 15 years.
I was gonna say, I watched it in like 2nd grade.
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's just like 100 viewings condensed in like the span of 3 years.
Doesn't Babe Ruth show up in that movie? Like, not the Babe Ruth. He doesn't have a voice role.
Shit, they brought him back.
Oh, that's good stuff.
No, I'm not looking forward to that one. I was gonna leave it to nostalgia, but.
You gotta tackle it. Remind yourself. See, so one quick thing on nostalgia. So like, I watched The Adventures of Shark Tale and Lava Girl.
Oh,
The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Shark Tale, a different movie.
Shark Tale is amazing.
Also a seminary part of my childhood, which I'm interested to see if that holds up. But Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which in my head is like a fucking classic, is like an action, like a well-made kids action movie, which is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
And I watched it again, and I was like, "This is absolute horseshit."
It's a piece of shit.
Almost
like,
no redeeming quality.
It's borderline unwatchably bad.
That's what I thought. I was like, I gave it 1.5 stars on Letterboxd, and it made me sad to do that. And then I went over to my friend's house the other day, and they had. Have you seen School of Rock?
Yes.
Oh, dude, they had School of Rock going, and I sat down and watched that in its entirety.
It's good.
I put that in my like that's a top 5 favorite movie of all time.
That's
for me.
one of my
There's
favorites.
like no flaws in that movie, in my opinion.
I mean, Jack Black kind of.
Oh my god,
And-
awesome! All the kids are fucking awesome.
That's
Mike White.
Mike White, yeah,
Ed
who just
Schneebly?
wrote White
White
Lotus.
Lotus, yeah.
Yeah.
And for so long, like I didn't really watch Survivor until like a couple years ago, and like I didn't know Mike White was part of that. So for like 18 years of my life, I only knew Mike White as Ned Schneebly. That's all I fucking knew him as. School of Rock is great, but let's move on. We're at an hour mark. We're moving quick. We're having fun, right? Everybody having fun?
Yeah.
So much fun.
Everybody having fun? Senior year.
I'm kind of surprised we got out of the letterbox that quickly. I thought I was gonna get like interrogated,
We don't have much to. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought we
I'll interrogate you later.
like on
off,
air, or
off,
off air.
off mic,
air.
No.
off mic.
Let's do it right now.
Do you have anything-
No,
Air
I
your
don't
dirty
either.
laundry.
Do you
Table.
have anything that you want to confront Lance about?
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
I honestly didn't find. I thought it was curious that you only had 5-star reviews. That was mostly what I wanted to ask about.
Yeah.
But you gave an answer that was kind of what I was expecting to give, and I didn't see anything else on there that really got my goad.
No.
I noticed Raging Bull up there, number 1. Never seen it. It's at the top of my
That's
list now.
very good.
Honestly, I don't know. Scorsese.
Careful.
Like I've never seen Goodfellas,
Okay.
and it's also on the list.
That was the first R-rated movie I ever saw.
Interesting.
My dad's My dad's name is Anthony, so he's very Italian.
Anthony Giuliano.
He's got dark hair, slicked back.
Hey.
It's gray now, but when he was younger, dark
Hey,
hair,
yo.
slicked back. He
Yeah.
wore the gold cross and wife
Whoa.
beaters. Like he was a caricature of an Italian man.
Did he like that shit? Did he like mobster stuff?
Oh yeah, I remember because he knew I was into movies, and it was
Hey,
on, it was on
Lancey.
TV, and he goes, "Hey, Lancey boy." He doesn't actually have it. He doesn't have an accent. I'm doing a character.
Hey, Lancey boy.
Hey, Lancey boy, you ever seen Goodfellas? And I said no, and he goes,
Dad.
"What are you doing? This is our people."
Yeah,
and he
hey.
put it on, and that was the
This
first
is
R-rated movie I ever
history.
seen. Yeah.
Nice.
He's like, these are our people.
Nice. So that's on the list for sure. I don't have any thoughts on Scorsese, really. I don't know why I brought it up like that.
I thought you were about to say some out of pocket shit.
I was
and
gonna say
like,
mid.
I would die for that short Italian man.
I
you-
was gonna say mid, but I don't have any ground to say that on
that's-
because I think Wolf of Wall Street is good. I just think it's long. I just think it's too long.
Nah, give me 3 hours of that. I'll inject that
Right into the
Right
fucking
into the
main
veins.
vein, dude. Yeah, I don't have anything I want to press you on Letterboxd about. Yeah, we're good on Letterboxd. Are you sure?
Katie
good.
doesn't seem good.
Katie said she really liked Cars 2, and she noticed that you
Yeah,
had
I
that.
also-
Yeah,
Really
Curse 2
Cars
fucking
2.
blows. I'm not gonna lie. It's bad.
Is that where they're spies?
Yeah. What? Okay. Like this.
No,
I gotta
Tomato eating wasabi. That's a classic scene.
I gotta take this on a tangent. Why the fuck are they spies? Why are they spies?
Why are they not? Use your imagination.
It's a genre
The first movie has nothing to do with spies. Like it
So?
comes. It would be like if in Toy Story 2, all of a sudden they were like construction workers. Like why?
Longshoreman.
Yeah.
Season 2 of The Wire.
Like what the what?
Sometimes people just pick up careers late in life.
Well, okay. Well, hold on. There's a Cars 3, right?
Yeah.
And have you seen it?
Yeah.
And what's kind of the gist of that one? Are they like is it like a genre movie?
It's kind of like Rocky Balboa, but with cars.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Because Cars 1 is kind of like Rocky. It's kind of like a sports
Cars
movie,
1 is Rocky. Cars 3 is the Rocky Balboa 2 Rocky.
which is awful. Rocky Balboa was really bad.
Yeah, Cars 3 is like whatever.
Okay, and Cars 2 is just like James Bond, like
Yeah,
never
why?
say die.
Why?
Just in the middle
I
of the
don't-
Rocky movies.
It's like I can never enjoy the movie because the entire time I'm always thinking like,
Oh, man.
where did this come from? Like, there's nothing spy related in the first one. There's no tease.
That's
There's
such
nothing.
a
It's like
a missed opportunity for it to be like Rocky 4. Like they bring in a Russian F1 car
yeah,
for the circuit.
like they could have
I would break you. Yeah, that guy was
lean
missed
into
up.
like the rockiness. Why the fuck is Michael Caine like in here
Michael Caine.
being British? and-
Oh, Michael Caine. Lightning McQueen.
I
Sometimes
don't get it.
movies are just fun.
Also, Larry the Cable Guy, not
Yeah.
funny.
Hey, wasabi! I got wasabi. Oh, this shit's spicy. That's my Larry the Cable Guy impression.
Shit, I didn't realize you brought him on.
We're out to his reps to try to get him on the show.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I'll take back. him
He's
not being
currently
funny
on
then.
the he's on the what is it? The Blue Collar tour with Jeff Foxworthy and
Nightmare comedy. Nightmare comedy rotation. Let me tell
Ron
you.
White. Yeah, they're
Just throwing Jeff Dunham and like, oh,
they're doing theaters from Mississippi to Tennessee. Let's move on from Letterboxd. or we'll be here talking about the goddamn Cars trilogy till the fucking cows come home.
I'll talk
Which
about-
in cars are tractors. Cows are tractors.
That's
This
true.
is so
Until the
true.
tractors come home.
Nice. That cow tipping scene, not to stay on Letterboxd for Cars for too long, but that's a great scene, right?
It's
That cow
fun. No,
tipping
I
scene.
like Cars 1, and I feel like that's why I like Cars 2 is like
Missed the mark so
yeah, like
This Cars 1
I
is
didn't
so
give a
good.
shit about Tow Mater. He's a good background character,
Ooh.
but like
Oh.
why is he the main character?
Oh.
It's one of those cases
Will you
of
say
like,
that one more time
About
for me?
Mater?
Will you say that one more time for me?
I don't give a shit about Tow Mater.
Yeah, let me refute that.
Why are you
real quick.
booing? I'm right.
Let me refute that real quick. Have you ever thought that Mater was always just a background character and really sad in the first one? He's just a side character. And in the second one, they gave him a chance.
Yeah, but he's not sad in that one.
What about that?
Yeah, no, because
You know, it's like-
he's
it's like
having
the
his
whole-
opportunity to be happy.
It's like the whole Finding Dory thing where Dory's hilarious and great as a background character, but like I don't give a shit where Dory came from.
Is it
Sorry,
because she's a
Dory.
woman?
Yeah.
What about that fine ass Porsche? Y'all know what I'm saying? What about that fine ass Porsche that Lightning McQueen gets on?
I mean, she has a tramp stamp and everything. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
weirdly sexy for a car in a kids animated movie.
Yeah,
like,
what's up
I'll-
with her? All right, let's move on from Cars, guys.
for the
Right.
fourth time.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's
Can
move
we
on.
please move on? Let's talk about where we all kind of became friends. So senior year's coming up. Let me try to set the stage. Michigan football's coming. They're coming in hot.
Oh, you fucking bet they
We
are.
lost Aiden Hutchinson, but we're still hype. We're thinking we're gonna make another run.
Yeah, we
of the
did totally
college
gloss
football
over
playoff.
that 21 season. So not to take us on another.
Unfortunately, this isn't a sports podcast.
I know.
as
I'm
much
sorry.
as I'd like to talk
I am
about it.
a menace about derailing. I'm too fucking.
No, it's
chatty
fine.
For my
If
own
it,
good.
no, it's honestly great for a podcast. It's just we spent so much time in the
I know.
Academy of Macomb that we can't talk about the 21 Michigan football season as much as Katie would like to.
I know. Well, we can make this a fucking like 3-parter.
Oh shit!
I tell you, you
You
put
got
a
anywhere
you
to
put
be?
a
Do a 3-part.
You got somewhere to be?
I don't think so.
you put a
What time is
microphone
it?
in front of me, I will.
We could just keep
fucking
going?
Jabber, man.
Katie only has one semester left coming
This
in,
is true.
Yeah.
and we're taking the upper level classes now. 400 level, some would say sort of the cream of the crop of what this screenwriting department has to offer. I don't know
The
why
best
you're
of the
laughing.
best.
So there's
I just think it's funny that I'm considered cream of the crop. Like, it's,
yeah, man, you are.
yeah.
And there's a guy that works for this school named Oliver Thornton.
Woo.
And he makes it his mission every semester to gather an elite room. An elite room of storytelling. I hesitate to say savants, but I'm going to.
I would also hesitate to use, but I appreciate it.
FTVM 411 is the sitcom pilot writing class at the University of Michigan. Very cool class. You have a chance to pitch an original show idea to industry professionals, as well as outline an episode, beat it out, create a pitch deck, and then write a pilot episode of your show. 2 drafts if you take care of your shit and are on top of things.
Yeah, that's the key part right there.
So Oliver gets this writer's room, and I like framing it this way because it's like he's sort of like Charlie from Charlie's Angels, where it's like none of us applied to get into it. It's like
just
we were all
finds us,
tapped.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like one day there's a knock on the door and you open it and it's just this tall man
Yeah.
in a sweater with his collared shirt poking out of the top.
And
he-
Oliver flashes a badge, and you
Yeah.
say you're toking on a cigarette, and you say, "God damn,
said I was out of the shit.
I haven't."
But for you, Ollie, anything.
I haven't written a goddamn spec script in 25 years, but goddamn, I'll write a pilot for you, Oliver Thornton. You son of a bitch.
That's pretty much how it went.
That's pretty much how it
me,
went.
yeah.
He came to my house at an unreasonable hour. No.
He threw rocks at my window. I was sitting there and I was just
We
like,
had a
what the
boom
fuck?
box.
And I looked down there and he's holding up the boom
Yeah.
box.
Well, it takes a different approach for everybody, and
Yeah,
Oliver
no.
knows this.
It's- yeah, no, I like being wined and dined.
He's got to
and
go
schmoozed
CIA
and-
movie for me, and he's
I'm
got
a
to go
sensitive
rom-com
man,
for
yeah.
you. Yeah, right. And what did he do for you?
I actually asked him.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, that tracks. Yeah. You'd be like, hey Oliver, can I join your
Yeah,
team?
well, I think he had to have forgotten about me because it wasn't like, it was like a bit of a semester that I went away, and then I came back and I was like, please let me in your class. I will do many things. No, that's not what I meant.
I'll be a really good student.
I'll be a really good student, and
I'll meet all my deadlines.
Yep. Get
and
all
you'll
A's.
love me. And he was like, yeah,
You're in. So, so a little before school starts, I remember checking the roster.
Jeez.
Sorry.
No, take your time.
I walk into the first day of 411 and I'm looking at heavy fucking hitters, dude. I'm looking at my boy Justin Levine, okay? Yeah. I'm looking at close friend Katie Fitzgibbons, friend of the show, friend of the program. I'm looking at an Aiden Seck, a Kevin Kresnick, a fucking Macy goddamn Goller, and of course, Lance Giuliano.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about when you go into that class, because I felt like I was kind of in a unique situation where outside of Aiden and I guess you to some degree, even though like I felt like I kind of knew you a little bit. Like we were kind of aware of each other. So it felt like we had a bit of a rapport day one. But I felt like I was in a unique position where I kind of knew everybody in that room. Because I had known Justin and Katie for years. I had met Macy in LA a couple months ago. We had hung out. Kevin and I had classes with, so it was just like Aiden and you. So did you know people going into that class? And I felt like that gave me kind of license to act a fool out of the gate. Whereas I felt like some other people, it took a couple weeks to loosen up and kind of realize that this is just a bunch of goofs.
Yeah, I think I was one of those people.
Okay.
Because I was aware of pretty much everybody in that room before, because I had classes with them or that sort of thing, or heard the name.
Right. By the time you're a senior, you like
get a
recognize these
reputation.
faces.
Yeah. I had taken 310 with Macy and Aiden.
Nice.
So I knew them both a little bit. So they were probably the two that I was most comfortable with. I had 311 with Katie, but we sat on opposite sides of the classroom and never addressed each other once.
Yeah, nice.
So other than that, I think I kind of just hung back because you were a very big person. Honestly, a room full of huge personalities.
Huge. I mean, dude, you put me and Justin Levine in a room and we won't shut up. Yeah. Like, we'll literally just keep talking.
Yeah, that was a lot of big personalities. So it was kind of like I sat back and let them.
Try to ignore her. She's just an asshole.
Cool.
Like so very close.
Pretty soon I'm just going to close this mic.
Yeah. Could be a whisper cast.
I kind of like that. Welcome back. We shifted to the whisper cast while we were in
our last break, we've gone to whispers only.
Yeah, we want to be really quiet. Charlie's eating.
Yeah, we don't want to disrupt Charlie while she's eating.
Yeah, we want
because everything in this fucking world revolves around my fucking dog.
It's called an upscale dining experience.
So we're in
411. Big personalities.
But
I think we're a very friendly group.
Yeah, and I felt we always liked listening to each other. Even if we didn't agree with what the other person was saying, it was always fun to hear what anybody in that room had to say.
Right. It felt like the first writing class, and honestly the first class I've had in general where everybody was actually engaged and interested in giving feedback or just talking about shows. Everybody got so excited for my show, and that was one of the because I would say, oh, who wants to talk about my show? And everybody would go fucking bananas for it. And I think that was one of the things that really helped, because it was okay, these people actually give a shit.
Yeah, this is validating
about
my idea.
They actually give a shit about me and what I'm doing. And these are people that I would enjoy having around in the future because they're actually passionate about shit.
Well, do you want to talk about your pilot at all? Because I've actually mentioned your pilot since that class has ended. I've in passing been this guy Lance wrote this pilot that I'm I think about your concept.
I do that
regularly.
It has become kind of a calling card for me at the university. I've had people who I've just met be like, oh shit, you're the guy who so-and-so was telling me about your pilot.
Can we say the name?
Oh yeah, we can say that. We can. I'll give a quick rundown of the show, but it was called The Welfare Gun.
Yeah.
And it takes place in a alternate version of America where everybody is given a gun.
The premise of the show being the government's responding to this gun hysteria by giving every person a gun, especially the people on welfare gun alone was so awesome. But what I thought was so special about it was tying in all these peripheral things, like the backlash of what would happen. I think is what made that show awesome. If you I don't know how much you want to talk about it.
I'm more than happy to talk. Honestly, I really want to go back to that. I kind of haven't had time to tweak the pilot, but for me, it was just a process of I didn't really give a shit about how the big things would change because I think everybody would know how the big things are gonna change. Like shit would be scary, obviously.
Right.
It would be not
guns.
great if every lunatic and their mom was carrying a gun, but all of the tiny little things that would change and be weird or like kind of inconvenient would be hilarious. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to focus on. I was like, what are the things that people aren't going to think about being different that would be different? Yes. And that's kind of where the dual idea came from because I was like,
just settling parking disputes.
Yeah, like if somebody just kind of if somebody cuts you off, how's that gonna look?
Yeah,
like you're gonna challenge them to a duel because that was something that we used to do and was like our main form of law enforcement for a while,
and just like conflict settling. Yeah,
and since like so many of these people who are pro-gun are like fundamentalist Americans.
Right.
This would be like, as the founding fathers intended, we settle. Like you slap them with your glove and then you go and you shoot them in the head. And then you go home to your wife and have a fucking meatloaf and mashed potatoes. And like that's life and welfare gun.
And the idea you had the politicians getting involved in the mental, that was my favorite part was because the mental gymnastics is so crazy in real life. The idea that you're like, okay, well, how are these people, like these people are not going to stop doing their mental gymnastics to make the world line up with their worldview, you know? So how would that happen in this? That I just thought it was fucking awesome, man. I thought you had a great script.
And that's the really fun part is doing those mental gymnastics myself. Because I'd be like, how do I make this make sense? And it's like, well, it kind of doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Because so many of these people, it's fucking stupid.
Right.
It's stupid. And you can just kind of lean into it was nice to be stupid while I was writing.
Yeah.
Because so much of writing is trying to be
smart,
well read and smart and like, oh, this plot point's gonna pay off so well in 3 episodes. Right. But this one I could just be like fucking rocks in my head.
How do the most deranged people I know see the world? Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I have to see the world.
Yeah, like there's so many people I know who would think welfare gun is a good idea.
Yeah, right, I was that's what's so awesome about the show.
I know so much of the show is like, all right, if I had a conversation with this person, what would they say? And then that would be the show. That would be what I worked into the pilot, or the couple other episodes, and it was just kind of a fun experience that I haven't done before.
I agree, and I thought like I had been in writers' rooms before, both in class and without class, and I guess I was, I don't know, like Oliver, who's like there, and like you are being graded, which I think can to some degree like alter the way that you deliver feedback or write your script or do however you behave in the room with the person that gives your grade in this upper level class sitting right there. I was a little I guess hesitant about, but like that wasn't the case at all. And I actually thought it ended up, I felt like Oliver got us to like speak more succinctly than we would have if he wasn't there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like he helped with giving feedback, but at the same time, I kind of forgot we were graded for most of the class.
Right, which is awesome.
Because I was so much more invested in just helping you guys, and it was a lot more free-flowing of the way we gave feedback, that I kind of just forgot we were getting graded and just fucking did shit. Yeah, I was like, if I had something to say, I'm going to say it. If I don't, I'm just going to sit here and let you guys give feedback. Because all of you guys were insanely good at giving feedback. Yeah. Honestly, I consider myself in like the lower tier of feedback givers because everybody else was just so good at nailing what worked, what didn't, how to approach that.
And if one of us couldn't, like if one of us was keying in on a problem but couldn't like figure out how to, I felt like we were good at like I could pick up on this problem and I would be, stumbling over my fucking words trying to say what I'm saying, and I'd be like, I don't know, whatever. And then, Kevin or Katie or Justin would chime in and be like, I know what you're saying, Hunter. maybe this is how you would say it. And I felt like we were really good at that.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the best writing groups
Yeah.
I've ever been in.
It was a lot of fun, man, and I hope Welfare God gets another pass at it. And
I want to go back at it.
Get circulated at some, because that really felt like everybody had good scripts and everybody was a good writer and had well written things. But of the six of us? 6 of us?
I think 7.
Of the 6 of us, the 6 scripts that were brought forth in that class, I felt like Welfare God was the only one that had like legs to move forward on.
Well, that's always the interesting part of writing scripts is you always have to. What's something that's just for practice for me, and what's something that I can
move forward,
build off of, and make work. And I kind of was getting that sense from Welfare Gun, but like as somebody who's never worked on like getting a script sold somewhere, I have no fucking idea. I would love for this shitpost idea that started between me and my friend
and
Henry,
some buddies,
Henry that I mentioned earlier, to turn into what gets my foot in the door would be
launched.
Insane.
Right.
But the film's a fickle beast, so we'll never know. It could get picked up and then some executive just throws it in their drawer and slams it shut, and then it never gets made. But if I make a couple $100,000 from that,
yeah, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Well, I think that covers 411 pretty good. Anything you want to say about 411? Let's move on to the fucking belly of the goddamn beast. I think we got to wrap it up here, man, because we're running out of space.
You're good.
We're running out of storage.
I'm in Ann Arbor for the rest of the summer, so we can...
Oh, we'll get you back on, for sure.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'll be a recurring bit.
I'd love that, man.
Yeah, because Katie, we'll do next episode will just be Katie's burning questions, and then she can ask all of them.
Mine are so
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Hunter Davidson hour. Next one's gonna be the Katie Fitzgibbons hour.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it certainly won't be called that, but
we can do like a colon.
yeah, we'll let her talk, I guess.
Katie Fitzgibbon talks, we guess.
No,
I'll say more than 10 words.
Yeah. Before sometime in the next 2 weeks, we'll get you back on.
Yeah.
Katie will ask you her burning questions.
Like I said, I'm in Ann Arbor. Well,
thanks for coming on, man.
thanks for having me.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And hold on, I guess we'll get her on mic one more time for closing statements. Well, another successful episode of not television really. Not
talk
really
radio.
I guess it's kind of talk radio. It would be awesome. I guess my dream for this show is to have a Sirius XM channel.
Like the Howard Stern show?
Yeah,
All right.
That'd be cool.
Howard Stern for the younger generation. All right, guys. A lot of fun. Lance will be back soon. And,
We love you.
And we do love you, man.
Oh, I love you guys
We
too.
love
Thanks
you.
for having me. This was a
Absolutely.
lot of fun, and honestly, I'm glad that I can't shut up because that means I get to come back for another episode.
That does mean you guys come back.
Maybe I can stretch it to 3. We'll see.
We'll shoot for it. We'll bring in another fucking camera.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.